All right. Are we spinning? Let me make sure, double check to make sure this is going on right now. Hello there. Hello there. Are you on? Audio going? All right. We are good. So what's up, guys? AJ Johnson here. Officially, everything's taken care of. We had some technical difficulties and everything. But we are going to do a restart of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta because we have a special guest. Well, it's my best friend, my Brody, like the ones of you who are on my channel who know about. So, let's introduce the one, the only, my Brody, Shauna. Hello, how you doing? This is Shauna Star. How's everyone doing? So we are trying to fit into frame. I think this actually works. Yeah. So Shauna is not familiar with Metal Gear Solid, but she knows that this is a game near and dear to my heart. So she's gonna get into it, the chronological story from the beginning. So we're gonna start from there. And if she's gonna get into Metal Gear Solid, if you don't know from the games itself, why not start from the beginning with the story itself? So we're doing new game. Like everything in Metal Gear Solid, normal, view all tips, start, and we're gonna do it. So this will be the full playthrough. Majority of the games, majority of these live streams should be in there. Not through all of them, but whenever she comes in, please welcome her and say hey. Based on Metal Gear Solid 3, it is Metal Gear Solid 3. It's just a remake. Why do we say it's based on? It is.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet. Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment
So
check.
you get to learn the legend of Solid Snake, Big Boss and Solid Snake from the very beginning.
Ready to go. Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. Got high visibility.
I gotta go through all my commentary with this considering I was speaking last night for my mess up. These graphics, considering from PlayStation 3, is epic.
Put on your mask.
Oh yes, this is basically playing Metal Gear Solid 3 on a Metal Gear Solid 5 engine. And I haven't even beaten Metal Gear Solid 5. I just started playing it.
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Yeah, I told my buddy Mike he's that we're online. I told him that
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
Dun. Dun. Dun, dun.
External temperature minus to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
Yeah, I'll keep that in
1 minute
mind.
to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to
Check
drop
this
off.
bar
Stand
back.
by.
Snake already a badass.
Status okay.
OG
All
Snake.
green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Flashy and badass.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training arm.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well,
Not
about
sponsored by
2 years
Star
ago,
Wars, Parmesan Bites.
a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle
the Metal Gear Solid series, they use
At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
I kind of know what going on what that feels like. Sometimes it's gonna be hurt like that.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
Right. Right.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500
I am
pounds.
highly impressed.
So you're
Considering like I've played this game years ago on PlayStation 2, so this is a
She's
very
equipped with two
very
6-barrel
interesting,
20
very nice
Vulcan
replicable upgrade.
cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
It's all right. Stay swimming up for landing. Not a superhero landing, but more of a I'm here much landing. So this is the radio portion of the
Copy.
game where
You're
there's
already in
quite a bit of
enemy
like
territory.
dialogue and such
Somebody
like
might
that.
be
So
listening in.
we're just gonna go through
From here
like
on out,
the
we'll be
initial
using
one where
code
I have to
names
go
to
get my
refer to
backpack
each
and
other.
then we're just gonna like kill the
Your
hero.
code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on.
Yeah.
You're
I
not
got
to mention your
some
real
paperwork to
name.
fill up for a new job, guys.
Snake?
So I got to take
Oh,
care
you
of
don't like
that
snakes?
soon.
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before,
And
haven't
also
you?
we
Yeah,
gotta
survival
get our
training.
rest.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
what about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be
One thing I
Tom.
like about this
Call me Major
this
Tom.
update is that the
This
audio
will be
for
a
like you know
sneaking
like when
mission.
who you're talking
You
to
must
like
not
it
be
actually
seen
sounds
by
like
the enemy.
audio like
Must leave
off the
no
radio
trace of your presence.
with that little
Is that
static.
clear?
Not on like
This
that
kind of
on
infiltration
the
is the
PlayStation
Fox
3.
unit's
I'm sorry,
speciality.
PlayStation 2.
In other words,
That wasn't the case.
weapons and
It just sounded
equipment
like
are
direct
procured on
take out
site.
dialogue.
That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just
But
as
you
your
know,
name
but you know what I mean,
implies.
right? When you hear like the
Great. Now I see why
a
you asked
static
me if I like
sound.
snakes. I suppose calling me
But
Snake
with
was
him,
your
like
idea
when
of
he's
a joke,
talking,
too.
it sounds normal.
No,
Snake.
there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake.
Control
Go
it,
get your
stuff.
backpack.
All right. So here we are. This is the main game interface, and the graphics look amazing for out there and such. So I'm using a new game controls, so with duck and such like that. But we will pick this back up in the next couple days or so, guys, because we both she's gotta get some rest. I got an interview to get to. Then I'm not sure if I'm gonna rest up afterwards. But we gotta do what we gotta do. But at the same time, though, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm AJ Johnson. This is Shauna Star.
That was horrible. So sorry.
It happens.
I was holding the phone still and I tried and it didn't work. It didn't work.
It was entertaining. Yes.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
It happens. AJ Jackson. Shauna Star. Have a good day, y'all. Kazoo tight. God bless you all.